It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories in 90 seconds. We hope you're ready for a weekend inside because it'll only get colder from here on out.
Lots of advisories in effect, just how cold it's going to get and how much snow to expect.
And all of our new snow is good news ahead of the President's Day weekend.
Lots of powder, fresh powder. It's nice to ride.
But for the most daring of riders, state officials say beware.
We have really weak snow at the bottom of the snowpack. It's incredibly fragile. We've been seeing avalanches triggered from a distance and from low-angle slopes.
Another weekend of mass vaccination events in store across the metro, and Governor Polis says our state is making good progress.
And I'm proud to say that we've already vaccinated with at least one dose 302,338 Coloradans age 70 and up.
Plus, former President Trump's legal team aggressively defends his actions in regards to the insurrection.
It is constitutional cancel culture.
As we head into the weekend, senators are moving closer to casting their decisive votes in the second impeachment trial. And all new at 8, a local search and rescue team robbed of their equipment.
They basically crippled us.
Now, thanks to your generous donations, they can get back to serving the community again.
It's an honor for us to have this opportunity to help you guys.
Good Friday evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. The cold is here, and the cold is here to stay all weekend long. We have a Denver 7 weather action day in effect for tonight through Monday. We are just in the single digits right now, and we spotted these brave souls out and about tonight on Denver's 16th Street Mall. They're moving quickly. We start with Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson. Mike, it is just bone-chillingly cold outside right now.
It certainly is, Jessica. We are down to 6 degrees currently at DI, 7 at our studios at Channel 7, 0 in Golden, and the cold air is working its way up into the foothills. Dumont is now down to 10 degrees, Netherland at 7, and it'll fill in around Ward and Blackhawk and Georgetown as that cold air creeps farther to the west over the next 24 hours. 3 below right now at Sterling, 4 below at Cheyenne, Wyoming, and the cold front is just edging back toward the west. Notice also moisture coming in to the mountains, and that's riding in on the jet stream coming in from the Pacific coast. So we have a lot of color on this map. Avalanche watches, winter storm warnings, winter storm watches on the plains, wind chill advisories, northeast Colorado. A little bit of snow starting to work its way off the foothills toward I-25. That'll really fill in later tomorrow into Sunday morning when we get the brunt of our snow. So your weekend headlines are extremely cold air. Metro snow, I think we're looking at perhaps up to 4 or 5 inches with heavier amounts in the mountains and those dangerous cold wind chills.
Thank you, Mike. And that mountain snow we are seeing this weekend will only make the avalanche risk in our state even higher. The areas in orange on this map are where the risk of avalanche is considerable. We know that won't stop Coloradans from heading up to the mountains, but state officials are warning about the danger in the backcountry specifically.
We have really weak snow at the bottom of the snowpack. It's incredibly fragile. We've been seeing avalanches triggered from a distance and from low-angle slopes.
Another problem this year, with so many people making it up to the mountains, unprepared skiers are being pushed into dangerous territory. Bottom line, if you're going to try backcountry skiing, you need to be prepared for anything. And the cold will not stop the pace of vaccinations. Governor Polis says for most vaccination sites, you can stay inside your car. Denver and most other Front Range communities have closed testing and vaccination areas or moved them indoors. Today, Walmart started distributing COVID vaccination shots. There are several mass vaccination events this weekend. Tomorrow, Kaiser Permanente plans to vaccinate more than 19,000 people this weekend. These will be at 16 different medical offices. Denver Health will also host an event at the new outpatient medical center on Bannock. DU will host an event on campus in conjunction with National Jewish Health on Sunday. You need appointments for all of these events, and all appointments are filled. Today, the governor called the pandemic a unique opportunity to make a positive impact on the future of Colorado. The state legislature begins its session next week. The governor is pushing a $1 billion stimulus package. $220 million would go to roads and infrastructure. $120 million would be used to expand broadband access. And more than $100 million would go towards businesses and grants and job training.
All of these proposals have a high economic multiplier. That means that they will create jobs and contribute to the economy. For every dollar invested, we will benefit from much more than a dollar over time.
Critics in the legislature worry about the size of that financial package. The plan relies on Colorado's reserve fund and banks on a strong economic recovery. Economists are split on whether the governor's projections are too aggressive. You are looking live right now from the U.S. Capitol, where today former President Donald Trump's team aggressively defended his actions in the January 6th insurrection. Tomorrow, the question and answer session of the impeachment trial continues, and a verdict could come this weekend. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Donald Trump's legal team opening with an aggressive defense of the former president, turning the spotlight directly on the Democrats.
It's a deliberate attempt by the Democrat Party to smear, censor, and cancel.
The defense accusing House impeachment managers of manufacturing evidence against Trump to boost their case that the twice impeached former president is singularly responsible for the deadly January 6th insurrection.
They cut off the video before they showed you the president's optimistic, patriotic words that followed immediately after.
Trump's attorneys using their own selectively edited video montage, taking both the former president and Democrats out of context.
Ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
The defense lawyer's case hinging on three main arguments: that the trial lacks due process, it's unconstitutional, and that Trump's words before the deadly insurrection amount to everyday political rhetoric, using a more than 9-minute sequence of Democrats using the word fight to try to make their point.
We're going to fight, and we're going to continue to fight.
I am going to be fighting. It's a word people use, but please stop the hypocrisy.
The defense team urging senators to vote to acquit Trump, branding the impeachment trial nothing more than political theater.
It is constitutional cancel culture.
And late Friday afternoon, the trial moving into a question and answer session.
Isn't it the case that the violent attack and siege on the Capitol on January 6th would not have happened if not for the conduct of President Trump?
To answer your question very directly, Donald Trump summoned the mob. He assembled a mob and he lit the flame.
The trial will resume tomorrow. Both sides will get to make their final arguments before senators cast that decisive vote on whether Trump is guilty or not guilty of inciting an insurrection. Faith Abube, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Thank you, Faith. New tonight at 8, the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office wants you to keep one of their own in your thoughts as he battles COVID. This is Sergeant Nate Kalberg. The Sheriff's Office says he started feeling achy on the 1st and has since been put on advanced life support. The Sheriff's Office has a PayPal link on their Facebook page where they say you can donate to Sergeant Kalberg's family if you feel inclined. Our hearts are with the Sheriff's Office tonight. A search and rescue team crippled by theft is getting back on their feet. This is thanks to a generous donation by a Commerce City business and you, our Denver7 Gives viewers. Denver7's Addie Guajardo shows us how the money will help a team of volunteers continue to rescue people in distress.
Dave, it's an honor for us to have this opportunity to help you guys.
$10,000 worth of equipment for Rampart Search and Rescue.
You've always helped without question, and this is a great opportunity for us.
A donation to a team of volunteers.
Without you, we can't be able to do what we normally do, so we appreciate you tremendously in everything that you're doing for us.
It's our honor. It truly is.
Great. Thank you ever so much.
And there's more.
On behalf of our viewers at Denver7 who donate to our Denver7 Gives fund, we'd like to add an additional $2,500.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you.
The Rampart Search and Rescue Team responds to distress calls of lost loved ones and people stranded on the side of the road throughout Adams and Lincoln counties. We shared their story.
We just can't do our job effectively.
When a thief broke into their storage unit and stole an estimated $10,000 worth of equipment back in December.
They basically crippled us.
Well, immediately after reading and seeing the story that you all had done.
Pete Mickelin, the CEO of 3R, and his team wanted to help.
I knew that there was something that we had to do.
It turns out 2 years ago, a beacon went off.
Rampart Search and Rescue responded to our warehouse.
He says their response proved that no job was too big or too small.
These men and women, Rampart Search and Rescue, are heroes. They're guardian angels.
The money will help replace vital stolen equipment. 3R is also providing a safe storage facility for the team.
This is definitely a shot in the arm.
To help a group of volunteers continue to save lives.
We really feel blessed.
Addie Guardo, Denver 7.
We have the flag because we believe Black Lives Matter. It's just that simple.
A Colorado woman refuses to take a Black Lives Matter flag down, despite her HOA's request. Now she wants to start a conversation about BLM and HOAs.
Let's change that. Let's make HOAs about love. Let's make it about inclusion.
State's pretty much covered with advisories you'll want to cover up. Wait till you see how cold the temperatures are going to be.
And coming up later, the Sweetheart City is spreading lots of love this weekend.
Sending love around the world.
And this year, it is needed more than anything.
That's the least we could do, is to share a little love.